Welcome back to the video blog. Adam Daniel Mezei is my name. Your PMD for hire, producer of marketing and distribution. The Hot Docs Film Festival. I'm settling into the post-festival blues. It's been an intense week of festivaling here in Toronto. One of the great things about living in the big city is that we have quite a bit of festivals. We have quite a few, all kinds of different ones, all catering to different audiences. But the two main ones that we have going on in the city, of course, is the main festival, the A-list festival for features and docs, called, of course, the Toronto International Film Festival, or TIFF. That takes place in September. And then, of course, we have the Hot Docs Film Festival, which always takes place in the spring, which I think, personally, is the more intimate, the more cozy, and the more polite, and also the more moving of the two festivals. You see, with Toronto, it's so organized, and it's been around for such a long time that it's so pretentious, you know, it has a lot of sort of restrictions, red tape, a lot of blocks, a lot of things that you can't do, but Hot Docs is really accessible. It's really accessible, especially for seniors and students who can go into film screenings before, I think, 6 p.m. for free. And there's a lot on offer this year at the 18th edition of the Hot Docs Film Festival. I saw 24 pictures. I saw 24 documentaries, and all of them really moved me. I mean, I can go through some specific titles of some documentaries that really moved me along a path, but I have to say that, you know, having a pretty extensive knowledge of films in general and having seen so many features, you know, from so many different eras, and I enjoy features and they do move me as well to tears in some cases. I definitely have to say that docs really rock, and I'm not just saying that because, you know, I'm trying to win any brownie points with the Hot Docs Poobahs or the Brass, but honestly, some of these pictures, the way, the production values of documentaries today in 2011, by now documentaries have reached a certain level of cachet, they've reached a certain level of expertise that, honestly, they can be shot on some of the crispest technology that really render the images or the subject that's being called into question over the course of the doc into really stark focus. I really was moved by pictures like The Bully Project, for instance, by Lee Hirsch, that really had me just completely not wanting to move away from my screen. At the doc shop, for instance, pictures like Melissa, Mom and Me by El Shachar, or The Collaborator and His Family, or as it's known in Hebrew as Rechokim, and other pictures like Love Shines, the songwriter laureate of Canada, Ron Sexsmith, The Consummate Underdog, reminding me of a book by Stephen Brunt about all of Muhammad Ali's underdogs, a typical Canadian story. So many of these pictures, or yesterday I got to see Phnom Penh Lullaby by Paweł Klotz from Poland about, you know, the struggle of a couple in Phnom Penh trying to get by every day and raise their family. Or closing out my festival experience, Eva Molvad's The Good Life, about Ana Meta and Meta Beckman living in Cascais in Portugal, and what it was like for them to be a wealthy family, a very well-off family without any concerns for money, now having to fend for themselves a very poor existence. This is probably one of the better catalogs that I've read in recent times. Of course, all of them are good, Sundance, whatever, TIFF, or South by Southwest, but this is, I guess, you know, a little bit more precious and dear to me because it's a hometown picture. I was really, really, really honored to be a part of this festival. I made some really good contacts. I met some fantastic people from all around the world, and I just wanted to give it the week before I started launching in on the video stuff again. I just wanted the, you know, the experience of sitting in the audience, and I had a pretty good diversity between sitting in the audience during theater screenings and then watching documentaries on my own at the doc shop over at, I guess it's called Victoria College at the University of Toronto. A pretty good mix. So I had a chance of watching docs with people in a cinema experience and then watching them by myself. And on both occasions I was moved. I mean, any of Alan Zweig's stuff, for example, like Lovable or A Hard Name. I mean, that's hardcore stuff. That's what docs can do. They can really penetrate the issues. And you really believe them because they're real. I mean, there is a little bit of artifice in it, but for the most part, docs are real. And I was grateful, again, to be part of Hot Docs 2011, 18th edition. Great job, Chris McDonald and Brett Hendry, and so great to be back at Hot Docs. It's been 7 years since I've been back at Hot Docs. The last Hot Docs was 2004. Looking at my old badge, my laminated badge. So thanks, guys. Thanks for the experience, and I'll try to get into a bit more of the pictures this week. I just wanted to give you a bit of an overview of the situation early on. Nice and green behind me. The snow is good and gone here in the Big T. Wishing you the very best of things. Harmo, Margot, I'm growing the hair long again. You'll see it. 1 more month, and we'll be putting it in the tail. See ya.